Okay, guys, in this video, we're going to be talking about investing, one of my favorite topics. This is about getting rich in the future and securing your financial freedom and personal freedom. So, without further ado, let's get started. But first, we have to define what investing is. Investing is the ability to multiply money. That's it. Investing is the ability to multiply money, and you can do this in several ways. Not adding money, but multiplying money. Fantastic. So, here's a disclaimer. The risk of losing all of your money in investing is limited by how much you know and your experience. So the more investing experience and knowledge that you have, the less risky investing becomes. So then let's start. What is compound interest? Compound interest is defined as the eighth wonder of the world because most people don't understand just how powerful it is. Compound interest is the interest that your interest earns. Think about that. It is the interest that your interest earns. So with compound interest, here's how it works. In year one, you start with $1,000. That's what you started with. Now in year two, having not invested another dollar, you are up 10% and you are now equal with someone who saves $100. So you are now 1,100. In year three, now you are earning interest on the interest that you just earned and you haven't invested another dollar. This is $1,210. In year three, you are at $1,331 and you haven't invested another dollar. Now, what if you actually did this and combined it with adding more and investing more? You can see how this starts to take off. Now, the chart starts to look like this, which is compound interest. That's the beauty of compound interest, and not this, which takes a lot longer. Okay? So this is why if you look at the stock market, it usually looks like this because it adds 10% every year, which gets exponential. This is fantastic if you understand it. And the more time you have, the richer you will get, which is why it's important to start investing now. Awesome. So the next thing is basic investing. We're going to cover 3 points here: where, how, and what. So let's start with the where. Where to invest. You can invest with your major bank or you can invest in major investing apps. Both are fine. Both are pretty common. So major banks, that includes Chase. Remember, these are not recommendations. I'm just giving you information. So these are major banks: Chase Bank, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, etc., etc. These are major banks. You can invest with them. You also have major institutions: Charles Schwab, Vanguard, etc. You can invest with them as well. Now, you do have major investing apps. Again, do your own research. These are just some of the most popular right now, which are Robinhood, Betterment, Acorns, E-Trade, Webull. These are major investing apps. People use these to invest for a long time or use them to trade. Either one, you can use them to invest in the stock market. What to invest in? Now, you can invest in stocks by themselves, but I think most people understand that. What I will tell you is that most people don't beat the stock market. In fact, 90% of traders actually lose money, which means that if you are profitable, congrats, you are in the top 10%. But this investment I'm about to tell you has been supported by Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. Why? Because of its consistency. When they started investing, they didn't have this. But what I'm about to tell you is available to you right now. This is called an ETF. It's short for exchange traded funds. But an ETF is a combination or a basket of other stocks that somebody else who is an expert has already picked and distributed. So then, for example, let's say you buy this ETF, let's call it ABC ETF. In that ETF for $100, let's say $40 of that is bought in Apple, another $20 of that is bought in Google, another $20 of that is bought in Microsoft, another $10 of that is bought in NVIDIA, another $5 of that is bought in Tesla, etc., etc., etc. But you just buy the $100 of this ETF. So then you don't have to allocate all of that into these different stocks. So then by owning one ETF, you can be invested in up to 15, 20, even 30 stocks at once. That's what makes the ETF such a profound investment tool. It reduces your risk so that if any one of those companies crashes, you don't lose all of your money. Then over time, you get the average. So then if something skyrockets, you get access to that. And if something does average, because someone has already done research on this, you get that as well. ETFs is one of the best investing tools I have seen. And so that's why I talk about it here. Okay? Fantastic. So now that we cover the where and the what, now we have to cover the how. How do you invest? Overwhelmingly, most people don't beat the stock market. And did you know most hedge funds also don't beat the stock market? So then how does an average investor like you and I beat the stock market? The truth is, we don't need to. We can just do regular investing strategy and acquire the simple path to wealth. I'm retired and I'm not even 30 yet. And this is one of the reasons why I was able to do it, because of consistency. So then, it's important that you understand this. How to invest. One of the best methods of investing is called dollar cost averaging. And all it is investing regularly for a long period of time. So whether this be $100 a month, or $500 a month, or $5,000 a month, investing regularly means that you will see the dips and you'll also see the falls. And then once you see that over time, your account gets bigger, your investing account will go up and up and up and up. Time in the market will always be trying to time the market. I hope that makes sense, guys. Fantastic. So let's move on to the next thing. Why investing matters. Hopefully by the end of this, you will be armed with everything that you need to invest. So future money is cheaper because of inflation. What does that mean? It means during 2020, inflation was 8%, which means that today, what you can buy with $100 is actually less than what you could have bought with $100 in 2020. And then whenever you're watching this in the future, that will probably be true as well. So $100 is constantly losing value, which means that you invest to keep up with the value that an $100 bill should have. So then, if inflation was an average of 3%, then after just 10 years, $1 million would be worth $740 at just 3% inflation. But what we've seen is that inflation can go as high as 8%, 7%, 6%, 5%. Imagine how much worse it would be. So at minimum, you need to be looking for something that has 3, 4, 5% at least to beat inflation. Because if you're not, statistically, mathematically, you will be getting poorer. I hope that makes sense. This is why we invest at minimum to maintain the lifestyle that we have and hopefully to improve it in the future. Remember, investing is the skill of multiplying money. So then, what does this add all up to? It adds all up to retirement. Here's the kicker. If you invest in your 20s, by the time that you are in your 50s and 60s, you will have a lot of money. But many people don't start thinking about retirement until they're in their 40s. That is a mistake. Hopefully, with this idea, you will have a better retirement plan, something that many people fail to plan for now, which is what people in their 60s and 70s are facing. But that won't happen to you. So then, I'm going to tell you one of the best retirement accounts in the US, and that will be all. Stick around because this is very important. So here we go. There are 3 retirement accounts mainly. You have the IRA, you have the Roth IRA, and you have the 401k. I'm going to explain to you that the 401k, if it has a match, is one of the best accounts. Second to that is the Roth IRA. Not everyone has a job, but if you do have a job and you have a 401k, take it because it's free money. With a Roth IRA, here's how this works. A Roth IRA allows your money to grow until retirement, and then when you take it out, you can take it out tax-free. Tax-free. Now, when you put in money, that money is taxed. But think about this. Would you rather be taxed on the $5,000 that you put in every year or the $1.2 million that you will take out in 40 years? That's a no-brainer. And when you take out that $1.2 million and it's not taxed, that will be your retirement fund. That's your golden egg. That's your nest egg. That's why the Roth IRA is so powerful. So then think about this. Other retirement accounts like your 401k and your traditional IRA will be taxed once you take it out. So then even if your traditional IRA is the same amount as your Roth IRA, you will be able to take out more from your Roth IRA. And it's a beautiful thing. Now, once you get more complicated, you can actually take out money, borrow money against your Roth IRA and your other accounts. You can use that to fund more cash flowing assets and pay back that loan without ever touching the principal and allowing your money to grow still. That's a bit more complicated, but I thought I'd throw it out there for someone who wants to get more serious about this. Okay? So understand again, a compound interest, very important for young people. The sooner that you start investing, the better this is going to be for you. Okay, guys, with that said, we have wrapped up our investing portfolio and preparing for retirement. In the next video, we're just going to wrap up, say a few things, and then we're going to get out of here. Okay? See you in the next one.